Sharp nails. It's just nothing to the face because this is my money maker.
Right, I feel that.
We're live, I see.
We are live.
Yeah, just give everybody a minute to...
Oh.
Let me do my mic check quick. Boner.
I mean, listeners. I give listeners a minute to see that we went live and come in and join.
Everything's all the way good in the frame. You might just need just a little bit to get your whole face. If you want your face.
Oh, yeah, scoochy.
Just a little.
I was going to tell you that. You guys got to get a little comfy together is all.
That's okay.
What's up, Tanner?
What's up?
How you doing?
Excellent.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's Monday. It's Velocity Entertainment. I'm your host, Kyle Leonard. Every Monday night, about 7, 8 o'clock, we scour the internet for movie, video games, TV, and sports news that you guys might find interesting, and then we bring it to you in a nice little podcast show. If you like the show, remember you can always follow us on Facebook.com/Velocity Entertainment, YouTube.com/Velocity Entertainment, and podcast services pretty much anywhere you can listen to podcasts. Without me, there's no show, for sure. But without the guys across from me, there's definitely no show. First of all, we have the long hair don't care, Doug Nasty, dropping them in the dirt, laying down the hurt, the all-knowing, almost Samoan, dishing out crosses, taking no losses, best blue eyes in Sioux Falls, Tanner Else.
Skeet.
Skeet.
Skeet, that's all you have to say.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. I'm great. Sorry, I get hyped up when you say that about me, dude.
Well, that's why I like to ask you something right away so that while you're all hyped up, you can tell a story or...
I got no stories this week. Oh, actually, here's a story. Me and Kyle killed almost 40 episodes of DBZ Super in the last 2 days.
Yeah,
It's just DB Super.
I came over the other day. They were just killing them.
We were, dude.
I came over for the actual tournament.
He's got like
episodes.
6 left, and then we're done with the
All the way done.
with the old TOP Tournament of Power.
You'll have to tell me what happens, I guess.
Or we could just watch it, you know.
So many
Loser.
episodes.
Who should watch it? There's only one. He's the trash talker. Drops more bombs than Hurt Locker.
Mm-hmm.
He's the nerdiest, the flirtiest, and overall, the most luxurious. Michael Otamendi.
That's me.
That's me.
Mr. Best Dressed over there.
Yes.
Well, he's not the
You didn't even
most
adjust the tie,
luxurious
had
for
you?
no reason.
I didn't really do
You didn't
much.
look in the camera and adjust the tie at all.
How dare you?
You are off
now,
your game.
Now you're making me self-conscious
Off his game now.
about where it is. Don't look. If anybody's viewing, don't look.
Joining us this week, faithful listener Blake. You might recognize him from the chat. He always gets a shout out from Tanner.
Yeah.
Every week.
Every week.
Never fails. We just kind of back and forth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you this week?
I'm not too bad. It's been a pretty good week. I just finished Cowboy Bebop for like the 5th time.
Oh, man.
Do I need to watch that too?
Yeah, it's good, man. The
You're
ending of
like-
it breaks my heart.
You've been like my guide into anime, pretty much.
You gotta watch.
So-
You gotta watch Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, and Gundam Wing.
Fair, I haven't seen any of those, so.
Those
True.
are my 3 favorite animes.
Okay.
True.
You need to make us a list because I just started being a weeb. I've only been a weeb for like a year and a half. Now.
Well, last week with Michaela was a really good
She was dropping
start.
so many
She was
names
dropping
I'd
so
never
many.
heard of.
Like, don't try One Piece because that's just more than you can chew. All
Yeah,
Well, I was
9,000
about to say,
episodes of that.
most mine were anime related.
One Piece is just ridiculous, man.
That's so long, but I mean, it's worth it
I got
if you
to-
can hang in there.
I just
but
felt like I couldn't keep up with her because she was bringing out people from all these shows I had not seen. You guys were like, ooh, ah. And I was like, what's she talking about? So I
But
just
like
sat here
she
and
brought
nodded.
up like Bleach. Bleach is a
Yeah.
great anime to start with because it's very flashy,
Yeah.
Yes.
very cool.
Like, I mean, even growing up, you know, like Inuyasha,
I haven't seen that one either.
anything that was
Still
on
my game
Adult
up.
Swim.
Oh, that
Yu
one's getting-
Hakusho,
that
all
one's
those
getting,
shows, man.
Inuyasha's getting a spin-off series too.
Oh,
They had a daughter and she's getting her own show.
okay.
Nice.
Okay.
There's animes to watch, guys.
We need. I
There's
need
a
a list.
shit ton of animes to watch.
Me and Tanner got Attack on Titan next though.
Oh well,
yeah.
that is such
No,
a good. I know it's like a mainstream
exceptions.
anime, but it's anime. But
I'm
but it's so
tackling Gundam Unicorn right now.
Gundam Unicorn. I
Watch
watched
that
that
one
one myself.
That one's a
What is it,
little
Gundam
time consuming because it's damn near an hour an episode.
That's
It's a long
mo-
anime.
Yeah, most animes are 15
I was about
minutes
to
an
say,
episode.
it sounds impressive that we killed like 40 episodes, but if you really think about it, they're 22-minute episodes.
Yeah.
and we skip
Yeah,
the
they're
intro.
not even that.
You
Once
know?
you skip the outro
Yeah,
and
'cause-
in the intro, they're maybe
15.
13 minutes
Yeah,
if
shit.
that.
Yeah, it's really
That's-
hard to sit down and watch more than maybe a half an hour of an episode, and I'm like, I got shit to do. I gotta get out of here.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
That's why anime is perfect. They're just bite-sized episodes. You're like, oh, well, I guess I'm cooking food, so I'll put on an episode quick and knock one out.
I've seen Cowboy Bebop so many times that I can recite lines from episodes. Like
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites as well. Also, just a quick announcement. If you guys still haven't heard about the Velocity Movies in Review podcast, now is the perfect time to go check that out. It's under the same name. It's Velocity Entertainment Production. We just got done with the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring Part 2. So now you can hop on and listen to both parts at your leisure.
Those were fun.
Yeah,
We'll be doing the Two Towers hopefully sometime this weekend if it works.
such a good movie.
If it works out. I got a little bit of news this week. Not a lot. Not a lot.
But a little.
But a lot.
I forgot what news was.
Yeah, we've had a couple of weeks of just bone dry. Like, there's been stuff I could have talked about, but I was kind of just like,
Me.
like some CD Projekt Red being sued. I was like, I don't really want to get into lawsuits and stuff. I don't want to talk about all of that. I don't
And we all
really-
saw it coming anyway.
I mean, you can't lie to people.
Yeah.
Like, you can't straight up be like, yeah, it's a perfect game. Perfect. And then it
So
comes out
good.
and it's like, hot dog poop.
Oh, like Cyberpunk.
Yeah. That's why they're being sued, is because they released only PC builds for review, and then they told the consoles
Yeah, well,
that
PC
it runs the same way,
And it didn't.
and it didn't.
Show didn't.
How did?
It wouldn't play, period, on PlayStation 4, and it was never intended to be a PlayStation 5 release. So, like, they're lucky that PlayStation, because if it was just PlayStation 4,
Oh yeah.
and they didn't, because it played fine on 5, but not on 4, so
Yeah,
they'd have been completely screwed.
Definitely a steaming bag of dog shit on somebody's lawn.
Dude.
I figured it out.
It was
That's what I said.
rough.
Figured it out.
Figured it.
It was rough, and I think as good as the game might be, it's kind of going to fade out now because we got Horizon Forbidden West coming this year. We got
Well, that.
another God of War supposedly coming this year. Elden Ring supposedly coming. There's no...
Well, that's what happens with No Man's Sky. By the time they fixed it and made it an amazing game, everyone's like, "We've moved on."
but I'm playing it again.
Well, it's an
But
it's an amazing game now, but
Yeah, it's great now, but it was so rough when it came out. Movies. Deadpool 3. Have you guys ever heard of Deadpool?
nah, that one
I
actor.
heard there's a really hot actor in it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
that I have a
so
man crush on.
the big news here is that Amber Heard... Just kidding.
I was like, "What?"
I was ready to take the headphones off.
we just
Leave.
all leave.
There's one part of the tripod where I can't see part of your face. As soon as you said Amber Heard, I was like, I was ready to say something.
Johnny Depp's getting the raw end of that whole deal.
Oh, man, it's
It's
rough.
bad. It comes up every week. But.
So Deadpool 3 is now... We've had an interview with Marvel head honcho Kevin Feige, who's confirmed some things about Deadpool 3. It will,
Today.
without a doubt, retain its R rating. And even better, he will be included in the MCU. Confirmed
Ooh.
Yes.
by Kevin Feige himself, with Ryan Reynolds overseeing the script. Although filming isn't going to start this year due to Ryan Reynolds having like 7 billion movies to work on.
True.
He's, and I quote from Kevin Feige, a really busy, really talented actor.
But isn't this priority? It's Deadpool. This takes priority.
For me,
Yeah. In Ryan Reynolds' defense, take your time, sweetheart. I love you.
Yeah.
Make this perfect. I love you.
Wait,
oh, and they will too.
Don't listen to Tanner. This is priority.
I can just tell now. I can
fourth
just,
wall breaks within the entire MCU.
I can just tell right now. He's going to move to the
Not
MCU,
wait.
and he's going to be the only one who knows that he's moved to the
Yeah.
MCU.
He's
He's
gonna
going to
be
be
the only
like,
Everything's
it's a
different.
lot cartoonier and funny here.
I just love how he makes fun of DC. He'll be like, he'll make fun.
Don't make the super suit green or animated.
The whole fourth wall break at the end of that movie where he just goes and cleans up all the timelines.
Kills Green Lantern. Oh, that was so
That's
funny.
why he's like the.
I just like the old version of himself with the swords coming out of his wrist, and he's just like peeks around the corner.
Just cleaning up a few loose ends.
Then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna kill baby Hitler in the nursery." And
That's well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrong.
it's like, "Yeah, I can't do this. I'm sorry." He just leaves.
Oh, it's rough. So that'll be good, man. Hopefully, we can see some other MCU heroes pop up in his movie.
Oh yes.
Because he's got like an insane crush on Spider-Man. So that would just be like amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like wackiness, I'd like to see him with some of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I just feel like those guys are up his alley
I
more
can see
than
it.
anybody else.
I could see.
You don't want to see him hanging out with T'Challa. Like,
Come on. Yeah.
if that would have been a thing, like, think about it, how awkward that would have been.
I would love to see him. There's a meme from a long time ago, and it's Deadpool, Ant-Man, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Deadpool's sitting there with a can of Raid in his hand.
Yeah.
You're just like,
I'm all
come
about
on.
that. I'm all about that.
That I like it.
Especially the Ant-Man. Yeah.
Quick delay corner for you guys.
Delay corner. Things get delayed.
Delay corner is a quick podcast that we do inside of this podcast.
And it gets the worst ratings.
It gets the worst ratings.
All
Nobody
it does
likes
is make
this
people
one.
sad.
Nobody likes this one. Morbius, the Sony Marvel Spider-Man universe movie starring Jared Leto, has been pushed back 7 months to October 8th rather than its original March 18th date.
Oh.
Which I'm pretty excited to see this movie, man, because they're dropping some hints that it might connect
Yeah.
some
Okay.
universes.
Do you think, like, after the Project Red thing, that people are just like, you know what, maybe we should push things back because we don't want to end up like them. Like, movies, TV shows, games, like, we don't want to get that, what happened to them to happen to us. So let's just push everything up.
Project Red.
Is that the, wait, what's the game that we just talked about?
Cyberpunk.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Well, video games are different than movies.
I mean, I know they are,
If
but-
you put out a bad movie, waiting isn't going to make the movie any better unless you do reshoots.
True.
absolutely
Yeah.
not.
I suppose you're right.
Whereas if you take time on a video game, you can go in and make major improvements. Whereas if you do reshoots for Wonder Woman, for example, they did Christmas reshoots because they delayed it 7 times till Christmas, and they're like, "Oh, we better have some Christmas in here."
Oh my gosh.
And then that movie was a steaming pile of whatever. I'm gonna leave it
Christmas.
alone.
Whatever. Soul's better.
That movie was a cow pie out in the pasture somewhere.
It's
I
bad.
couldn't
There were
even
parts.
get through it.
There were parts I liked, and there were parts that nobody liked.
It had moments, but only moments.
Wayne.
Few and far between. It was rough. I'd like to do a Wonder Woman in review. That would be fun.
As a
I'd
joke.
like to have a review where we're just really mean about stuff.
Yeah, that's all I heard.
So as is tradition, when I put League of Legends stuff into the podcast, I like Mike to read it because
I love League of Legends.
I'm kind of like an idiot when it comes to League of Legends.
You're not the only
Well,
one.
hey.
I played RuneScape. That was.
Hey, RuneScape is the best.
I liked RuneScape. I don't play it anymore, but
Tanner's over here.
Yeah, grow up, Peter Pan.
Grow up.
I also played.
Count
I
Chocula.
also played Adventure Quest for a while.
Same. So did I.
But I was also the guy that played the Command and Conquer games.
Oh, so did I. Command and Conquer was so good. Yeah. So anyway, the Rune King is one of the most legendary figures in League of Legends, and he is finally heading into a game for the first time on Friday as part of its celebration of League of Legends 2021st season. Riot has released it's their wow, that's a lot of seasons of League of Legends.
I was about to say.
But hey, they've probably been around since the beginning of time. Okay, so Riot released a that doesn't even make sense. Riot
was
released a
funny.
teaser for the new champion Viego, who is a jungler. Ooh, a new jungler who can clash with enemies to stun them and possesses and possess them once they've been defeated. Yeah, I've heard about this champ. I think he's gonna be broken. All the new champs are broken.
Yeah, so you've said
If he possesses them, he gains all their abilities, all their basic abilities, and can use. But he uses his own ultimate.
This sounds like another game I play.
What is that?
Apex Legends.
Yes. Well, Apex Legends is kind of a MOBA, like
first-person shooter.
yeah, it's like a first-person shooter MOBA.
Battle Royale. I love
Royale.
Apex Legends.
But the Legends are always broken when they
Yeah.
release a new Legend.
Oh yeah,
Every time. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Well, it's the same with Guardians and Overwatch too.
Yeah,
Like a new Overwatch Guardian.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
yeah.
Stupid.
Every time they come out with something new, it's like okay, everyone just get ready to get cucked for the next. month.
And if I'm not mistaken, this Rune King is the center of the spin-off game we're getting in the future too, correct?
Which will kind of be like Final Fantasy. It'll be a turn-based RPG. Yeah.
Boom, there you go.
Every time I say that, Tanner's surprised every time I say it.
I get excited.
And it should, I believe it's coming for console too. So you console people.
It is, yep.
Console people.
Good.
Tanner hears Final Fantasy and he turns into a little kid.
I'm so excited. That's why we almost had a throwdown.
We all really love Final Fantasy.
We almost had a throwdown last week when Michaela said Final Fantasy VIII was trash.
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost came across this table, dude.
Well, no, she said there's a Facebook group that thinks it's
But
trash.
she also agreed.
She didn't specifically say it was trash.
She didn't defend it either.
In her
Defend it. I want more defense.
She did not defend it.
She did
I
not.
will give you that. But
Almost took this and
Hey, Kyle, you want to see a rear naked choke? We haven't had one this week. Oh, hey, what up, Godhook? I have to give a shout out quick to Godhook's Twitch channel. If any of you want to see streaming, he streams a lot of cool games.
very nice.
Anyway, sorry, you can go on to that.
Side note, I have the God hook. Get it? It's a boxing thing. God hook.
Yeah.
is it because you look like Maui and he has a hook?
Let's go with that.
We'll go with that.
That's not what I was going for, but let's go with it. I'll take that.
It works.
Which might come up later in the episode. Spoilers.
Yeah, I was going to say, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Talk about that.
All right, next up here. For the first month of 2021, Bethesda is taking a look at quality of life improvements to making playing Fallout 76 a little smoother, which please do.
Please do.
On January 7th, the public test server is set to update with changes to the inventory. That was last week, so it should be live. A lot of Fallout 76 is about gathering stuff and using it to craft materials at your camp. So this could be a big positive change for day-to-day players. On a post on the official Fallout site, Bethesda explains what the test server will contain. Quote, "We're calling this an inventory update because it's going to introduce a variety of improvements for how you manage your stuff. As a brief overview, it'll include a stash increase to 1,200 pounds, add armor and food and drink tabs to the Pip-Boy, display total weights in any item stacks you have, and expand on player vending machine previews on the map. These are going to be very positive changes for the game, and we would love for you to join us playtesting to help ensure that they are solid and polished before releasing at the end of January," end quote. As probably the only Fallout 76 player here, pumped. And if you've been waiting for inventory improvements to go back, now you got something to look forward to. So
I got a couple buddies that are pretty pumped about that update.
I love that game. I know it was rough. It was rough
Don't
going.
you have a Fallout tattoo?
Yes.
I was going to say, I was like, okay.
Well, Bethesda's probably my favorite game making company of all time, so I'm gonna defend them till the death, even if they make a terrible game.
I'm a BioWare guy right now.
Really?
Dragon Age has had my heart and soul for like 2 years now.
BioWare is amazing.
BioWare's great.
Like, you'll never hear any argument from me. BioWare is
True.
awesome. I also like
Ubisoft. They go off.
even Insomniac too.
Oh yeah.
I could go on about game developers I love all day, man. I really could.
True.
Capcom, man.
They make Resident Evil, baby.
We could devote a whole entire podcast to
They
just
make
that.
Final Fantasy.
Street Fighter too, wasn't it? Capcom? Street Fighter?
They did. Yeah, I think you're right. Because there was a game
I
I
didn't
used
know
to
they
play
had anything to do with Final Fantasy.
Marvel vs. Capcom, where you could put
Yeah.
Marvel people versus the Capcom, and
That was a fantastic.
I
that
remember
was
that.
a good game.
I remember that. It
old
was like
games,
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There's a level where you're with Spider-Man, Chris Redfield, and the dude from I forget the third guy, but y'all go up against Nemesis,
Oh yeah.
pretty much from Resident Evil. It's
Yeah.
funny.
Nah.
All right. Quick delay. Episode 2 of Delay Corner. Capcom's new action-adventure game, Pragmata, is coming later than expected, according to a video presentation shown by Sony at CES 2021 on Monday. Pragmata is now scheduled to be released sometime in 2023.
Ooh.
We didn't really see much about this game at the PlayStation Showcase where it was debuted, but, I mean, it looks... Speaking of Capcom...
It looks cool. But
Looks like this robot guy is the guardian for this little girl.
Knowing Capcom, it could be literally just about anything.
Yeah.
Like, they make...
I don't know what I'm looking at.
They make stories ranging from, you know what it is.
All I know is that little girl has those Mako eyes. Fantasy 7. She had Mako poisoning.
Mako poisoning,
Yep.
yeah. Could be. Fun fact, it's connected.
I was going to say, wait a minute. Yeah, you just said that.
And while Pragmata's delay may be disappointing for some, Sony's sizzle reel also included a release date that feels earlier than expected. Square Enix's similarly mysterious new game, Project Athea, a title from the Final Fantasy XV development team, is scheduled for a release in 2022. Project Athea is destined for PlayStation 5 and Windows PC. Square Enix has not announced a release date, but...
Why am I thinking of a character from Final Fantasy that has that name?
Wait.
Oh,
I don't-
it's Adia.
I was going to say, I don't think they're connected, but Square Enix is, yeah.
You said Square Enix and I heard that name and I was like, wait.
Wait.
Yeah, that's the sorcerer's chick in Final Fantasy 8 is Adia, not Athea.
Tanner got his hopes up again.
I did. I would have played that one. Now I'm not. I'm just kidding. I probably will.
I probably will.
And that is all of the news I have for you guys this week.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Is it Disney?
We're on to some Disney
We're on to
movies,
some
boys.
Disney. All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
What you all tuned in for was to see Disney movies.
What are we going to do when this tournament's over and we lose half of our viewers?
They got to stick around for the next tournament.
I was going to say,
Come
we're
on
gonna,
now.
we've actually
Didn't
got
we
a
talk
couple,
about
a
a
couple
dream?
different things we're talking about doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some cool stuff in the future after this
excited.
tournament.
I'm excited.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, we appreciate you.
The PG Disney tournament, R-rated next tournament.
R-rated.
Strictly
I'll
things
still
you see
tell-
boobies
I'll
in.
still tell Tanner to F off every week.
Perfect.
Good. We need somebody to do that. Because if
Yeah,
I do it,
I was like, you ain't going to do it.
He chokes me if I do it with
Well,
my
then-
tie.
And then Anna will beat you. And
Yeah.
It's a bad deal.
Is that ow? I'm the punching bag.
Poor Anna when we do R-rated movies, and Mike has to talk about other stuff.
Oh no, yeah. I'll be like their personalities though.
Yeah.
They were so good.
Mike's just
personalities
like,
are
you
great.
can't watch the podcast this week.
Yeah, Anna, you'll be out of town. Wait,
Which one are we doing first out of these?
So first up, we will be doing Moana versus Brave in the very first round of this particular episode.
All right.
I rewatched Brave. I mean, I've memorized Moana, but I
Which
rewatched Brave.
Which
I
means
watched Brave for the first time.
Really?
I sense some biasness on this side of the table.
I'm
well,
not putting my hair up if that's what you mean.
here's the thing. We finally get to talk about the movie that Tanner is in.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
if you
If
want
only my tattoos moved.
It's Tanner versus Joanne Calderwood. You get my reference, right?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I'm a John Cartwood.
Well, because she's Scottish,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and
okay,
she
no,
talks exactly like
Cool.
this girl.
I want to live my life. Oof.
The accent's a bit much throughout. Well, I guess we'll talk about it.
Well, yeah, a Scottish accent is a bit much.
It is a bit much.
It's so thick.
Thick,
Yuck.
like Maui.
Milkshake.
I said Maui. You said milkshake. Yeah, okay.
So since Tanner looks so much
I
like
knew you were
Maui,
going to do this.
you know it, baby. Why don't you go ahead and give us that sweet, sweet plot, baby?
All right. Not going to do the whole thing. We're going to
Well,
sum
yeah,
this up.
Cliff notes.
I would say we did like a 6-minute plot last year, the week before.
Yeah, I got into A Bug's Life and Lilo
Oh,
and
yeah,
Stitch,
yeah.
but you can talk about the things you like.
So
in the
it's
plot.
Tafiti was the goddess, and she kind of like created everything. And then you find out that Maui stole the heart from her, and kind of bad things started happening to people. Then we cut to the village, and we find out that Moana, the princess of the village, doesn't like staying at home. She wants to
She's
go out
not
on
a
the water.
princess.
She's the princess on the island.
You have a dress and you have a pet. You're a princess.
True.
So,
Disney logic.
2 pets actually. A lot of them have 2 pets now.
That's just what Maui says to her. You're wearing a dress and you have a pet.
Yeah.
You're a princess.
You're a princess. I love the fourth wall break there. Kind of.
so she grows up on the island, and everybody loves her, and they're all like, "Yeah, you're gonna be our leader someday." And she just keeps staring at the ocean,
Running back to the ocean.
running back to the ocean every time.
Calls her. You know what I'm saying?
Don't break out into song now. Or maybe.
It's going to be tough not to.
It's gonna be done.
So then, her grandma gets sick and gives her the heart of Tafiti and says she needs to restore it. So she finds a boat and runs away from the island against her father's wishes. shipwrecked on an island and meets Mr. Maui. You're welcome. And then they go off together against his wishes. He didn't want her to come, but
He didn't want to go at all.
yeah.
He kept throwing her off the boat in the ocean and keep putting her back on it.
I thought that part was so funny.
I did too.
Daniel, by the way, Daniel is a princess because he also owns a dress and a pet. So
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. The ref is like, gonna throw the flag. No.
So
I will allow it.
I feel like we should talk about the fact that he should get likeness rights.
I should.
Yeah.
I should.
I kind of based it off of you.
And The Rock, I mean, doesn't even look like the guy. I look more like
Just tell him, hey, The Rock comes on the podcast. We'll call it even.
That's the only way this is going to get
the only
settled.
way it's even.
We need a mediator.
Also, you steal everyone's heart just like he stole the heart of Tafiti.
I also want to mention how her grandma passes away and stuff, and that's like
Yeah, it's. I mean,
she's the one that sets that
Yeah.
mission in motion.
For the kids who kind of like see it, I don't think they get that. Like, but when you see all the leaves go and all the lights go out, and then you see that like stingray go out into the ocean, it's kind of implied as an adult, it, but like I don't think Tyson knows. Tyson's seen it 100 times. I don't think he knows.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're sailing together, and they go get his.
They gotta go get his.
They gotta go get his hook. Yep. So they go fight a gigantic bedazzled crab, for lack of a better description.
Who is the same voice of the fart from Rick and Morty in the first season?
Christopher Walken?
I don't know if you got no.
I thought the voice was Christopher Walken.
No. It's
What?
It's a different guy.
It sounds.
It's not Christopher Walken.
I really thought it was him this whole time. That just shattered my whole universe. This movie's not the same to me anymore.
No, you're thinking of King Louie, baby.
Oh yeah, that's what I am. You're right. I am thinking of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they go fight the crab, get his hook back, kick the crab back out into the ocean, like literally whoop his butt.
Yes.
And then they go back to traveling to go put the heart back. I'm trying to think because I'm kind of losing my plot here now. Is this where they get to the end and they find the lava monster?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Or no, he flies away. They get into an argument. And he's like,
Well, they try and
He's like,
take.
"I'm
Well,
out
they
of
try
here."
and take on Taka,
Yep.
but Maui fails and breaks his fish hook. Remember,
Yep.
and then he leaves her
"Yep," and then she goes back
by herself. Yeah,
because she's a big dumb dummy.
Big dumb dumb.
because she's convinced that she can get past Taka, the big lava monster that's the antagonist of the movie.
Yeah, because she just learned how to sail a boat, so obviously she has the skills for that.
Oh yeah, she's a wayfinder now.
Oh yeah, that's all she ever needed to do.
True.
So yeah, she goes back, and Maui magically comes in and rescues her.
Mm-hmm.
And they, after a long battle scene and a bunch of rocks landing near the boat and almost throwing her off, they get the heart put back.
Yeah, dude, I love that part when the ocean opens up or whatever. Like, let her come to me.
Right?
Like, oh, I love that whole.
Oh, that
part.
like when Taka's like crawling towards her, that was terrifying.
I
to
get
me.
chills every
That-
time I watch the
yeah.
movie at that part, dude.
That was fairly terrifying.
Because that's just such a good part when she realizes that Taka is Tafiti, and I'm like, oh.
Danny said Moana low-key breaks the hook. No, does she? She doesn't break the hook.
No.
Well,
I think Daniel.
He defends her.
he jumps in
Yeah.
front of her because she tries to go through the thing or whatever, and he's like, no, don't do that.
True.
She does it anyway, and then he has
Right.
to block with his hook and gets it
Danny's
broken.
got a point, and I apologize.
So essentially, she does kind of break the hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets it broken.
It was all her damn fault.
Kleptomaniac.
all the darkness stuff from the beginning of the movie goes away after they restore the heart, and everything's
Yes.
beautiful again.
Maui gets his fish hook.
Now he gets his fish hook back.
So the darkness was just like, because I remember they're like, we're not getting fish anymore. We're fishing, and the coconuts are going dry.
Right,
and
coconuts are rotting. no
basically,
more
everything was
fish.
dying. Yeah.
Pretty much.
So she had to go save the world.
And she succeeded.
Yeah.
Just a young girl.
Just a young girl.
You're so awesome.
Yeah.
He does it to
Yeah,
her at
too.
the end.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Until colonialism. It's true. Eventually, white colonists come over and take over all these islands.
Yep.
The ending was too cheesy. Anna needs to get out of here. Like, the ending was perfect. Dude.
Anna.
Yes, at the end of the actual, like, once everything, she's teaching her village how to wayfind, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all singing that, like, wayfinding song at the end as they're all learning.
Is it bad that I kind of like the songs that are not in English better than like some of the other ones? I don't know the words, but I'm singing along because I've.
They are
memorized
very.
them.
They slap, dude.
They do.
I'm just like trying.
I don't know what I'm
dancing
saying.
along.
I could be singing a bunch of terrible stuff, and I would just be like going with it.
They could have just made up words, though. That could all be
Pretty
gibberish.
sure they did.
Oh, could be.
I'm not gonna begin to know Hawaiian and Polynesian
Yeah.
words,
Samoan, whatever they were.
songs,
Whatever
words
they were
of
speaking.
song.
Like I don't even try anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of them deals where if it
Well, and it used to be
changes
too, like-
language, down I go.
Yeah.
It used to be too that we had the soundtrack in the car and we play it whenever Tyson was in the car. So I really memorized that entire soundtrack, like the whole thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a good soundtrack.
Oh man. So who wants Brave?
It's been actually quite a while since I've seen it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna let one of you guys do it.
Do you want me to just do the very fast summarized version? Because like I did last week. Well, you've seen it the most recently. You should do it.
Oh, you don't want me to do it.
How about we just kind of like take turns?
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Just go with the.
I'll
Just
start.
go with the main thing, and we'll
okay,
add as we
start.
see fit.
She's like a princess. She doesn't really want to be. They want her to do. Her mom wants her to do girly stuff. Her dad gives her a bow.
Yeah.
She grows up. She's got 3 little brothers.
Her brothers are little they're kind of comedic relief.
Yeah.
Um,
They're like the Mary and Pippin.
Yeah.
They steal stuff. They run around.
Yeah,
they
do.
piss off their like caretaker lady.
I know, and I know. Yeah, like she did grow up knowing how to shoot a bow and how to like hunt.
Very well, I might add.
I'm pretty sure near the beginning of the movie there is a tournament to get her hand in marriage.
Oh, even before that, we got to forget
Oh.
her dad lost his leg fighting that bear.
Oh, that's right.
The big mean one with
all the
all the
sticking
spears sticking out
Oh
of him.
yeah.
Yep.
Who seems to be like a big antagonist, but that spoiler, kind of spoiler, not
Ish.
Yeah, you're
lantern.
kind of like fuck that bear.
I'm gonna that bear.
But then there's that tournament to get her hand in marriage, where all these goofy looking dudes.
They're like, oh, you got to do a competition, and
Yeah.
she's like, she finally gets accepted. Archery, do archery, and then everybody shoots. One person's like here, one person's a little closer, one person's a bullseye, and then all of a sudden you hear her get up and be like, I'm gonna shoot for my own hand.
Yeah.
And she goes through and bullseyes each one of them and splits the last arrow in half. So she wins.
She wins her own tournament for her own hand in marriage.
Yeah.
Pisses off her
Because
mom.
she didn't want to marry any of them, basically. And then where does it go after this?
She finds the wisp, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
After that.
Yep. And it takes her to the witch's hut.
Brave is not a good movie for little kids. You know what? Maybe it isn't.
That's
Well,
a fair statement.
the,
She's not wrong.
the bear would give me nightmares.
That was a terrifying bear.
It was terrifying.
This ain't Brother Bear, y'all.
Same brother bear.
Some people turn into bears, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not wrong.
So she goes to the witch's hut.
You think I'm?
The witch.
You guys have all seen it so much more
The
recently
witch
than me.
basically kicks her out of the hut, and she's just like, I'll pay you, I'll buy everything in your hut if you help me do something to make my mom not make me get married or something. And she gives her something to give to her mom, which in turn turns her mom into a bear.
Oh,
And then turn her little brothers too.
After. That was later.
Oh, I got you.
Because she's a bear for a while, and then all of a sudden you see 3 little bears running.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then you're just kind of like,
What happened?
what happened?
Also, that was like one of the cutest parts of the movie. Like you just see 3 little bears come running across the room, and you're like, what the? Look at these little bears, and then you realize it's the brothers.
Yeah. Why am I losing so much memory of this? I haven't seen Brave in so long. Why?
I'm putting you on the spot for not
Yeah.
watching these movies, Mike.
It's been a
You can
while.
pick up for Mike anytime, since he's slacking.
I'm slacking.
So her mom's a bear. She doesn't realize she was going to do that to her mom, but she's trying to get her mom to be a not bear anymore.
A not bear, yeah.
As one does.
Yeah.
As one does.
Well, I mean, her dad thinks she's the big bear and wants to like kill her, so he's got to like get her out of the castle. Goes to find the witch again. The witch is basically like, "Hey,
This
not
is
here."
reversible.
Yeah.
Because what's his name's gonna kill her, right? The bad bear or whatever.
Not necessarily that. It's just that she finds out when she goes to the witch's hut, the witch leaves her like a witchy voicemail thing.
Oh yeah, with
And,
the potion.
yeah, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, if you don't get her turned back in the next like day or two, it's gonna be permanent, and she'll lose all her memory, and she'll be a full blown bear with no memory of you and whatever." So they're trying to find a way to get her turned back, and yeah, at some point they fall into. Can you figure out this bear's name? I want to say it's
Mordu.
Mordu?
Mordu.
Mordu, yeah.
Okay.
So they go find, they end up in his, like, cave by accident, like, falling down a hole, running from her dad, because her dad's, like, chasing her down, trying to...
Yeah. The dad kind of turns into an antagonist for a little bit.
A little bit.
Kind of in the same way that what's-his-name does.
Oh, in Brother Bear.
Brother Bear,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, not really through, like, just nefarious intent. Just
Now I
kinda
realize
through,
this is very similar to Brother Bear in a few ways.
in a couple ways, yeah.
You're talking about the middle brother, right?
Yeah, Denahi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Well,
eliminated.
For some odd reason, couldn't remember.
Brother
his
Bear's
name.
eliminated.
Brother Bear's eliminated.
Ooh.
At what point do they do the sick rock climbing montage with her? I think we already passed that.
Yeah. Well, she also, like, she teaches her mom how to, like, eat fish and catch them out of the
Oh,
river
yeah,
and
that's
do all
right.
that cool stuff.
But, yeah. How does it end? Hold on. I know this. I know
Believe in you, buddy.
I believe in you. Don't put me on the spot like
you're
this.
so inspired.
It's been so many years since it basically when it came out. You know what? I'm just ending of.
I gotta watch movies like 3-4 times before I start to understand like the whole plot. It's a thing.
Well, I just had to look up ending of Brit. This is the first Fergie.
You are helping Tanner.
Yeah, they do a big scene where they run through the forest, and they're like basically the whole castle's trying to kill her mom, and she had restored the tapestry, which she thought was going to make it better and make her go back, but it didn't. And then basically in the end, when she's like jumping in front of her mom while everybody's trying to kill her, she ends up turning back into her mom, and then the little brothers also turn back at the same time, and they're all running around naked. But then everybody's happy, and they kiss, and
I was about to look up the last.
her mom lets her shoot her bow, and all the other guys that come to marry her go home empty-handed.
Oh yeah, that was her mom.
Oh, such a babe.
Such a babe.
Yeah, Emma Thompson played her.
Nice.
I don't know about the main character herself being a babe, but yes, you're right. The other one.
Merida, well, she's like 13.
Yeah, that's why I said the mom.
Is
Mom's
she?
a MILF.
Aren't all like Disney
Yeah.
characters like 13 or older or younger? 17 or younger.
Fine, just shame my.
I think the
fetish.
oldest one is Tiana, and she's like 19.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want to meet whoever the animator is that comes up with all the moms for all the Disney movies. 'Cause they're always so thick.
The mom from Incredibles wins that by far.
Yeah.
You should talk to the one from Pixar then,
Yeah.
because they all
You're putting out
Yeah.
thick MILFs and think we didn't notice.
Think we didn't notice? The animator's just sitting there salivating.
Right?
oh gosh,
It needs more booty.
ball booty from Mr.
He's got a slider. He's like, we're going to turn the booty up a little bit. And oops, all the way up.
So, villain, which is the crab and Taka in Moana, which I would say Taka probably is the big antagonist who essentially is not herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's that way because her heart was stolen by Tanner.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
And then Mordu, who is like the demon bear.
So he's like the bad guy, but
used
then,
to be a person, right?
but then really it's like kind of Merida is the bad guy for turning her mom into a bear. And the dad is and then the dad's kind of a bad guy because he's trying to kill her mom throughout the whole movie.
There's a lot of blurred lines.
You really only see Mordoon in like the beginning when you like hear his story, and then you see him like midway through when they fall into his lair. But really, he doesn't come up in the story a whole lot.
No, not really.
Yeah,
Kind of spread out.
I mean, he's listed as the main antagonist,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and that's essentially probably because he's Fergus's arch rival, essentially.
why don't you just respect your mom and get married? We won't have these problems.
Yeah.
Give your mom some respect.
Respect.
Or just run the hell away from home. And
Yeah.
just don't
Why? Yeah. Be a normal kid and run away. You've got a bow. You know how to use it.
You can provide for yourself. You can make your own food. If you know how to make fires,
Yeah, we
use that.
saw you could ride a horse too.
And there's leaves everywhere, so you can go to the bathroom wherever the hell you want.
A part of
This is true.
A part of me just thinks that Disney's marking off. They're like, okay, we've done a Disney movie in every country. Oh, we miss Scotland. Or like every major region.
Yeah.
Well, then this is even Pixar. I forget
Pixar.
sometimes that
Yeah,
this isn't
true.
a Walt Disney animation movie.
True.
Because it's very similar looking to Tangled and Frozen. It looks very similar to that, so I forget that it's not. Sometimes it's Pixar.
We know they're the same thing, though.
Yeah, I mean, all owned under the same.
We know Disney owns everything.
I mean, technically, if we're doing this Disney movie tournament, shouldn't we throw in like Black Panther?
Yeah, right.
And all the Marvel movies. Ooh, there we go. Cinematic universe next tournament.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not a bad idea.
Right? It's 24 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Do them up.
Still growing too.
Still growing. Still growing.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I don't know it. We don't know
do.
anything about it, so I'm like,
I want to see what they do.
Bring back Miles Teller.
But I loved Chris.
I don't know.
Evans.
They ruin it every time they try. They do. They really do.
This one's gonna get iffy though.
Hero?
For Hero, yeah. Well, because I mean, it's hard to decide between Moana and Maui.
Oh, Moana. The movie is called Moana.
I know, and but
She's literally the one who restores the heart of Tafiti.
he's a freaking superhero.
Yes,
But wasn't he
He's
the one
so-
who made
he's
it all
so-
wrong in the first
he's
place?
literally
Yeah,
he's literally the definition of supporting her
Yeah. Okay.
while she does it.
Okay.
She
okay,
saves-
You got me there.
She saves the world. Merida turns her mom into a bear, and then
Tanner's saying it's a Frodo Sam thing where it's like Sam did all the heavy lifting, but Frodo was the
but
one who
Frodo
did
is
it.
technically the one who had to destroy the ring.
Yeah.
If you want to go there, Gollum technically saved us.
Yeah, it's gone.
I mean, technically.
Please tell me you
Frodo's
got that
brother.
meme in Discord I sent. The one with the... Nah, we'll go over
I
it
mean,
later.
probably if it was on Discord.
Yeah, it was probably just whack, and I forgot about it already.
Yeah, exactly. So whack.
Step up your memes, dude.
I'll show you guys it later after this.
Okay, so yeah, obviously we're gonna say Merida's the hero, but she's not really that good of a hero.
I don't really think so. No, I mean, yes, she saves like her mom and her brothers, but she also doomed her mom and her brothers.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also, still didn't want to get married. Grow up, dude.
Grow up. Just... Nah.
I almost feel like she almost didn't learn any lessons.
That's not a bad point.
So
Like,
basically,
I would
all right,
have to go in depth in the movie to make sure, but I feel like she didn't learn a damn
Wait,
thing.
What was there
Mom's
a
not
love
a bear
interest?
anymore. Back to square one.
Was there a love interest at all in the movie?
In Brave? I
No.
don't think so. I mean, there was
The
that
whole point was she didn't want a love
There was that
interest.
huge,
Yeah,
there was that huge buff dude that she looked kind of interested in for a second, and then like the actual dude was behind him. When
Yeah.
she, like, yanked out the
I was
little
like,
skinny dude.
really, the whole purpose is I don't want to get married. I just
Yeah.
want to shoot my bow and ride my horses.
But there's really no love interest in Moana.
She's
either.
a horse girl. Okay, got it.
Support. All right, we can talk about Maui. Maui probably just like landslides this category.
Yeah.
Demigod of the wind and sea.
Literally teaches her how to,
Wayfind.
and then
Yeah.
that's the whole reason that she can.
Saves her butt like 10 times. No big deal.
No big deal.
Mr. Godhook himself.
Yeah, Mr. Godhook.
Mr.
God.
Godhook himself.
You also have a like kind of handicapped chicken and a pig somewhere. In
Yeah.
there. I don't know if there's.
I will eat my hat if you could tell me the name of that chicken, Mike.
Let's see here. It has some crazy name. Why do I have to know the name of the chicken? I'm totally not looking it up, by the way. It's Ha'ihi.
It's hey hey.
Hey, hey. Oh, hey,
I was like, it's hey hey. It's super easy.
hey. The village. It says the village idiot. Oh, it's a rooster, by the way. My bad.
Oh, just look at that picture from me. Just reminded me there's a part of the plot we left out when they have to fight those little coconut dudes that are
Yeah.
there's little coconut
Oh.
dudes that try to fight him. Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
immediately after Maui's Island.
Yeah.
They fight him without his hook. He
Oh.
basically beats him by wayfinding, and then she's like, "You got to teach me how to do that."
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. They were. That was so creepy. I was like, what are these little coconut dudes?
He's like, you got to go the way of where the water's warm. Oh, it's getting warmer. Ew!
That's funny.
I forgot about that.
That just reminds me of the only part in The Last Jedi that I liked in Star Wars, when she's like reaching out for the Force. It's like, close your eyes, reach out to the Force, and she's like, reaches her hand out. He tickles her with a leaf, and she's like, I feel something. She's like, he's like, oh my God, that's the Force. You're feeling it.
That's cute.
I love that. That's the only part I like that movie. Oh my God, that's the Force. Oh, you must be really strong. Soundtrack.
Oh boy.
So we didn't really do support for Brave, but there's
No, I guess we did.
It's her mom helping her out and her brother's
Yeah,
kinda
there's no
saving her butt a few
support,
times, kind of helping her sneak stuff, but
Yeah.
it's really not support.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when she's like solely based on being so independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of support to be had in this movie.
Is anybody gonna talk about soundtrack? Because
need-
guess what?
do we need to?
Moana.
I'd
All
say
right,
Moana wins the soundtrack.
landslide. Moana soundtrack
I'll-
beats almost every other soundtrack that we've talked about so far by a landslide, except Tarzan, and that's a close one.
And that's a close one.
Jungle Book.
Okay, I'm looking up the Brave soundtrack. Well,
It really isn't.
I think I only remember like one of these songs.
Yeah,
10 more.
not super memorable, honestly.
All of them on Moana. Mom Goes Wild. I like the way that sounds.
I like that song.
That's a good
Mom's
movie.
Gone Wild. That's right up my alley.
That's a good movie too.
What website did you go to find that movie?
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend?
I can't seem to get to it. There's a lock on my computer.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite song from Moana?
Oh, that's a tough one, actually.
You're welcome.
It's a hard tie between You're Welcome and the one where she does in the beginning where I've been staring at the water one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
because that one's super.
How
catchy,
Far
too.
I'll Go.
Yeah, How Far I'll Go. Yep.
That'd have to be mine.
I know it's super short, but I just love that one at the end when the water parts. She's like, or whatever. It's not even a song. It's just she sings it. I
Yeah.
crossed the horizon to find you.
I was gonna say I feel like it's like a remixed version of the beginning.
Essentially.
It is, yeah, like it's.
What about that song, All You Need, when the chieftain's singing it? What is the name of that song? He's like, and it's all
Oh,
you
yeah.
need. That's a
Yep.
good song. I
There
like
you
that song.
are.
Yep.
There you are.
are.
Yep.
Great
That's a good one too.
I think that
Dude,
song's just called Moana.
all of them
really?
All of them are dope, dude.
Yeah, I don't think there's
Dude,
a competition
that
here.
soundtrack slaps, dude.
It does.
Except for the Shiny song. God, I hate that song.
Dude, everyone hates that
I
song.
hate that song, dude.
But I think it's
So shiny.
I like it in
Right?
I like it in an ironic way though, because everyone hates it. Like
So what's crazy is on like the soundtrack, there's like all the songs, and there's a couple of them that are like actually sang by different people, like vocalists. Like somebody did "You're Welcome," and it wasn't The Rock, and it was somebody with like a really soulful voice, and I got like hooked on that song when we were listening to it in the car all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that soundtrack, ridiculous.
it
Boom,
slaps,
dude.
It slaps.
Bums. Neither of these movies have sequels,
Oh yeah.
so we can just skip right over the sequel quality.
Moana will have a sequel, I'm sure.
I'm sure it will, and it's also getting a musical Disney Plus series.
Oh.
In addition to The Princess and the Frog.
Ooh.
When they do a live action, hit me up.
Hit me up. Yes.
Do you think they can get The Rock?
Wait, how could they get The Rock?
They would have to get The Rock and then CGI my hair into it.
I was about to say, I think
Or give him just a terrible wig?
Oh,
yeah,
Just
get
a
the-
god awful wig.
it just looks like a mop on his head. Dude.
Oh, so
get
funny.
in 50 First Days, get Rob Schneider with that mop on his head.
Oh yes,
He's perfect for it. He's
Perfect.
perfect, dude.
Perfect, dude.
Oh,
right.
ooh la.
It's time.
It is time for personal attachment. Just kind of take a second to think about it. Think which movie you think is better, but take into consideration your feelings.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
I was gonna say I'm about done too. I vote for Moana.
I vote for Moana.
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 Good thing we didn't need the chat for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well,
so that's
Chad
a,
agreed anyway.
That is a TKMB,
KMB.
as I like to call it.
Wait, I asked two friends what movie they would choose, and one of them responded, "Are there any other options?" What? Moana's the easy choice here. First,
Yes. Yeah, it really is.
See, the next one's gonna
The
be.
next one might be a little more difficult.
Yes, it might be.
Yes.
So
I'm
the
also
next,
nose gozing both the plots because I did both of those first.
Yeah,
sorry,
fair enough.
yeah, because you stole Moana from me. No, I'm just kidding.
So next up on the old-fashioned Disney tournament, we have Toy Story versus Finding Nemo. My
Tough.
Finding Nemo picture didn't pop up, but that's okay.
This is tough. Oh, is it just? Oh, you're already biasing the audience.
Right?
It's just Toy Story.
I was like, where'd it go? But
Can you guys stop being cute in the chat? Calling her a goober? What is that? Come on.
I call all my bros goobers.
A weeb.
I'm a
weeb.
goofy goober.
I'd
yeah.
call us both weebs.
The nerd one had me laughing a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Type
I
nerd
said,
and different.
I said, Anna, you can't say nerd with the hard R. Only we can. So you say Ned? I don't know. Ned Stark? I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, sorry.
Yes, we will definitely take into consideration how Toy Story 2 and 3 are can almost better than the first one.
Toy Story 4 is a banger, dude. Forky?
Dude,
Forky's my homie, dude.
3's my favorite. I can't.
But
I can't
also
beat it.
Finding Dory too, man. Oh, such
That's
a
good.
good movie.
That
dude.
is good.
That's actually one that
Let's wait till we get to sequels, guys.
almost made me cry, but
Yes.
we will get there.
Toy Story 4 made me cry.
Toy Story
I
4 is
don't-
amazing.
I don't get emotional.
I'll do.
Yeah,
I'll do
these are
plot
good
of,
movies,
I'll do
man.
plot of Finding Nemo, I guess, because I have to redeem myself.
Go ahead.
You want me to start with? Okay.
I can start with Toy Story, and then you can do Finding Nemo if you want.
Sure. Finding Nemo. So you have the clownfish, Well, no. First of all, you have a clownfish, wife and husband, and basically they love each other. They have a bajillion eggs there. They're like,
Right.
we're gonna be a family.
Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong except for a giant barracuda, who always is in the shallow water looking for,
Ooh,
juicy
barracuda.
barracuda.
I don't want to sound like a jerk because we're not that far into it, but caviar is amazing. Like, if you've never had it, have it.
Well, do you think I'm that rich just because I dress like this with my 99-cent
I
tie?
had caviar on my sushi this morning, dude.
Right?
Really?
And it looked just like a baby Nemo.
I thought that's what rich people ate.
Look at
Orange-
look at these shoulders, dude. The only thing I eat is cooked chicken breast and rice, exclusively.
That's true. I have a Kyle calendar in my room. But anyway, all the eggs but one were eaten. Sorry, just trying to rush through it.
No, you're fine.
And the one egg was Nemo. And, Nemo growing up, kind of a little bit rebellious, but also he's like, oh, my dad is like a helicopter parent. But it's like, yeah, that's because of what happened to your mom and all the other eggs.
Don't forget to talk about his good hand.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Why'd you have to do it like that? Why'd you have to do it?
He's got one good hand.
Yeah, so he's got his lucky fin.
Lucky fin. Yeah.
Lucky fin. We're good around here. But then, he's going off to school. The stingrays, there's he's kind of showing them after the coral reef, there's kind of like a big drop off in a long abyss. And Nemo's like, I'm going to go out and touch this boat. Touch the butt. And he does, gets caught, bada bing, bada boom. The parent, he's got to go find him. So, traverses the whole ocean, finds a friend named Dory. Like, have you seen Clownfish Looks Like Me? And Dory obviously has memory loss issues. All that. So they go off on this adventure together because Dory's the only one who wants to help them, and unfortunately she has these memory loss issues. But she actually is kind of a help along the way.
Yeah.
Again, traversing the ocean, kind of coming across all these difficulties.
Sharks.
Sharks, jellyfish,
They meet the turtles.
turtles. Turtles were a big helping thing. The jellyfish thing was because he did not listen to Dory. He should have listened to Dory.
Yes.
And
Marlin, by the way.
Marlin, yes. Sorry, I keep saying the dad.
It's all good. I got you.
You got me. Yeah, so they go through the jellyfish. Actually gets Dory hurt, but then the turtles kind of save him in a bit, and she wakes up on a turtle's back. The turtles, through current, bring them all the way to basically Sydney, Australia. I'm basically...
Pete Sherman, 42
Yeah.
Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Yeah.
I actually have a friend, and her last name is Sherman, and her Facebook name was P. Sherman Wallaby Way City
Oh
for
my
like
gosh.
3 years because it wouldn't let her change it back.
It wouldn't let her... It's just like, nope, this is your name now. You
I know the
make your
feeling.
choice.
I don't know who that is, but I can relate because I changed my Facebook name to Kyle Rumpel Smoothshaft, and it would not let me change it back.
I had a buddy who did something along the lines of he's a hedgehog, and they wouldn't let him change it. He had to delete his Facebook and create a new Facebook because of it.
Not gonna lie, I've had like 3 Facebooks, and my first one was Thug Nasty Else. So I didn't try. I just made a new one.
No, we got to bring that one back. So yeah. Anyway, gets to Sydney. This whole time there's like a side story with the kid and a weird girl who wants to like kill the fish. Basically, she has
Shark bait. Ooh-ha.
shark bait. But their whole thing is they're trying to escape and get back to the ocean. Eventually, the kid does escape. I know I'm skipping a lot here. Gets in the toilet.
Yeah.
Gets to the ocean.
Yeah, plays dead, and then
Yeah.
they were gonna throw him in the trash. Yeah, we're getting.
I know. I skipped a lot of really amazing support characters because the people in that the fish.
Yeah,
in
there's
that
a
tank,
lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good moments, just character moments throughout the journey with.
those support.
Finn.
Yeah.
Finn?
Oh,
Noggin.
okay, that was my good fan.
Noggin.
Noggin, dude.
Did.
This is gonna be one of those ones where it's almost like that there's not. I mean, there's like a singular support, but there's also a ton of other support.
Crush!
So the whole movie.
You so totally rock, dude.
Also, I have a quick question. You know how the sharks were vegetarians? How did they survive? Because sharks are carnivores. So what did they?
Kelp and seaweed, my dude.
Oh, okay. So they died.
Well, I mean,
So they died. So they did
I
die.
mean, there's the part where the one shark's like, "Where's your buddy at?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Oh, yeah.
Skeleton
So
falls
they
out
were
of his
still-
mouth. He's like,
They were having cheat meals. Cheat meals.
They were practicing
cheat- it was-
vegetarians, but not
was-
very good.
It was
Yeah.
cheat day.
It was cheat day. Yeah.
Fish are friends, not food.
Not food. But yeah, all those supporting characters. Then eventually, I'm trying to think. How don't they just run? How
They get to
does,
Sydney, and then there's that like seagull that's like,
Yes.
oh, I know who you're talking about because he's been up to the dentist's office window before, and he's like, your son's here, and he's like looking for you, and he's trying to get out, and then he does.
yes.
Forget the whale either.
Oh.
What an amazing part of that movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I forgot how they got stuck in that whale.
You can't speak whale. When they're in the whale's mouth and Marlin has that realization, it's like, you think you can do these things, but you can't, Nemo. And then like he's saying that to Dory,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh man,
Mine.
treating her the exact same way.
I'm a terrible father.
Oh gosh,
And he's just kind
such
of
a
like,
good
God, I
movie.
really fucking screwed the pooch on
Yeah.
this one, you know?
But yeah, eventually they do get reunited. Everyone lives happily ever after.
Yeah, they do he gets out through the thing or whatever, but then like the fishermen catch all of those tuna at the same time or whatever, right?
Oh, and then they have the team building moment where they're like,
they're like,
everyone
swim
swim
down.
down.
Yeah, pulling the
Swim
things.
down, everybody.
Swim down.
Just keep swimming.
Yeah.
Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. And then the fishermen are like, what in the world is
What
happening?
is happening? Why is this
Like,
happening?
I feel bad for the fishermen in a way.
Like, worst day at work ever. What happened? I don't know, dude.
I
I have
don't.
no idea.
We lost about 1 million pounds worth of fish. That's what
And our
happened.
nets and everything.
My boss is gonna kill me.
So people got fired that day. A lot of people got fired that day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Happy reunion story, guys. Some dude lost his job and can't support his family now.
Yeah.
For sure.
So Finding Nemo's a horror story.
It is.
And
Yes.
yeah. But anyway, they get back home. It's awesome. You know, they're like the Stingrays doing school again. But now the father's even more of a helicopter parent. Like, you know. And Dory's with him. So it's a happy ending.
Yeah. So there was this thing. It was like, describe a movie plot in a really messed up way. And it was like, man's wife brutally murdered. Son runs away. And I was just like, what is he talking about? And somebody was like, Finding Nemo. And I was like, oh my goodness. That is not how I would describe that
I've
movie.
seen that,
That
meme.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, you're reading it and you're like, okay, the plot of this movie's really good. I'm going to find this movie and watch it. And at the end, it's, what movie is it? Finding Nemo. You're just like,
The R-rated version.
Yeah.
The R-rated description.
you're just like, that's it. I'm done. I can't do it no more.
All right. So
Anna went off about how much she loves Nemo.
we noticed.
Zach said he hates both movies. I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. I wanted you guys to hate him.
Well, we still do.
We still do.
All right.
All right, now it's your turn for Toy Story. I'm guessing you're just going to go through Toy Story 1.
Yeah, I'll go through the first one. Toy Story. Bunch of toys are alive.
As they are.
As they do when we're not looking.
Imagine if that was actually true.
Yeah, I mean, we would never know, so long as they, popped alive when we were gone and then walked back into their boxes.
Yeah, I
when
was
they
going to
were-
say your Iron Giant over there climbing.
Got my
on the
eye on you
box
now.
and-
I got my
yeah.
eye on I think I blew all your minds with that Buzz Lightyear, plot hole when we were going
Yeah.
over plot holes.
Yeah.
He actually thinks he's a space ranger, but when humans walk in the room, he falls down like all
Yeah.
the other toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blew my mind.
It's a glitch in the system.
Glitch in the system.
So Andy's a kid, right? He's got a bunch of toys, bunch of cool toys. He's got a dinosaur. He's got a little piggy bank that he plays with. Some potato heads. He's got a little Bo Peep for whatever reason.
The army men are the best part of that whole
The Sarge and the
They're great.
Army Men are the best.
The
but
wiener
it's
dog.
but it's Christmas time, so we embark on this crazy awesome mission to see what gifts Andy's gonna get. So after all of this, we figure out the big gift he gets is also Woody is a cowboy. It's his numero uno toy, big gun. He loves him the most.
Sheriff around those parts.
It's hard to share. You know, he doesn't want to share Andy's favorite position with anybody else. But it's Christmas, and he really wants a Buzz Lightyear action figure. Lucky enough, he gets a Buzz Lightyear action figure for Christmas. So the beginning of this movie is pretty much just Woody being a jealous douche, essentially. And he tries to, trap Buzz eventually. Mm-hmm. We get around to a whole bunch of bickering about how he doesn't think he's a toy, but he is, which leads us to the plot point where why does he freeze up when the adults walk in the room if he doesn't think he's a toy?
Yeah.
All of this accumulates essentially to Buzz Lightyear tries to prove that he can fly. Eventually,
he do.
Well, at the end.
Oh, he do. Oh,
but
he
he tries the RC car thing or whatever
what
first, right? And then smacks into the wall and all that good stuff. But
and then Little Bo Peep is like, "Oh, I found a new man."
And then Woody's all jealous.
So he tries to trap him or something. I don't remember exactly what he tries to do to Buzz Woody. I know he tries to use the RC car to trap him somewhere.
No, he tries to knock him out the window.
No, that's an accident.
Yeah,
he's not trying to knock him out of the window. He accidentally knocks him out of the window.
Oh, are you sure?
I thought he was intentionally trying to do that.
The window thing was an accident.
Yeah, the window thing was an accident, and everybody was watching. So they're like, "You just knocked Buzz out of the window!" And now they're all thinking Woody tried to kill him.
In my mind, he had a remote control car and he was trying to hit Buzz, but I don't know what for. I don't know.
He's a douche.
Maybe I have him wrong, but I don't know.
Well, when you're a jealous toy because you go from number one to dog shit laying on the floor because your owner wants to play with the other new toy. You do some crazy shit.
That's how I feel every time Kyle gets a new video game. I just get put to the side for a while.
I don't want to play with you anymore. It's like the dream thing. And then Tammy's
all of the other toys get mad at Woody because they think he did it on purpose, which he did not. But before they can do anything, Andy takes him to Pizza Planet. They drive off, and then we find out that Buzz is also on the van, hitches a ride to Pizza Planet. Mm-hmm. And then they have a little battle royale deal.
In the gas station.
Yep.
And then they leave him behind when they go to the gas station.
That sweet Pizza Planet delivery vehicle.
Yep, they do eventually get to the restaurant and get stuck in that game. Or whatever, the crane game with all the aliens.
The Claw. Those guys are hilarious. You've saved our lives. We're eternally grateful.
He has been chosen.
He has been chosen.
Because Buzz Lightyear sees the game and thinks it's a spaceship. Mm-hmm. I remember that, and then he climbs inside and gets stuck, and that's where Sid comes in, drops the coins in, and he gets both of them. Woody grabs onto Buzz or whatever, and
the
wins.
aliens grab onto Woody because they're like, "You have to let him go. He's been chosen.
He's been chosen.
He's the higher power."
So Sid is notorious for destroying toys and reconfiguring them into abominations. So we have to.
Sid's a sociopath. I'm just gonna get it out there.
Yeah. I was friends with somebody in elementary school who was a Sid. He'd blow them up with fireworks. He'd put different ones together. I'm like, "You're Sid."
So the goal here is to get out of Sid's house, but Buzz Lightyear sees that on the TV he's a toy. He's an actual toy, and this drops him into this unresponsive mental breakdown.
I'm gonna jump off the banister and see if I can actually fly.
Which is actually a good part of the movie. It just seems like a drunk last resort,
Mrs. Nesbitt.
My name.
Oh my gosh!
Because his sister gets a hold of him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dresses him up, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Because he falls and loses his arm, right? That's what happens. He loses his arm, and because Woody's talking across the window to the others, and he's like, "We want to see Buzz," and he's like, "Hello," and he waves his arm, puts it around him. "Oh, we're fine." And something happens, and he's like, "No, he's not." And he
steps
moves
out of view just enough that you can see that he's holding his arm. He's like,
"Oh,
murder!
You're a murderer!"
Potato Head is such a dick in that movie, man.
He is a dick. He's an instigator.
So we recruit all of the misfit toys, all of the horrifying monsters, to help us out after we get kind of Buzz back to normal. and we get the rocket strapped to him or whatever because they're moving, right? Andy's house is moving, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, they're moving to a different house.
And so we need to catch up to the moving van, essentially. The dog is also a douche, I think, too, right?
Yeah,
The dog's like chasing him as they're...
Yeah.
Spud.
He's the cartoon version
Spud
of
or
Chico
Spike,
from Next
one of
Friday.
Spud or Spikes? Spud, I think. I don't know.
But yeah.
But yeah, he's like chasing them, and then they end up.
Well, I mean, you can't forget the fact that Woody stages this coup, and they're gonna go rescue Buzz because
He sucked.
I got owned.
because they're gonna blow him up. So it's gonna strap the rocket to Buzz's
Scud.
back, and he's gonna launch him up into the sky and blow him to pieces.
Yeah.
So Woody and all these misfit toys get together, and they're like, "All right, let's go scare the shit out of Sid."
Scare the living dog crap out of that kid,
So
dude.
think about he's a sociopath already.
Oh,
Right.
That traumatic life event happens to him.
Dude,
he's
he's
got
a-
to be in a mental institute at this age.
No, he's murdering people. These toys have killed at least so many people. Like he's now a serial killer.
And you think the whole movie that the misfit toys that Sid creates are the enemy.
Yeah.
And then you get
But
to a
they're
point
good.
and you're like, holy shit, they're like being good. They fixed Buzz's arm.
Yeah.
They're helping out, and you're just kind of like, God, I really misjudged this whole situation.
I misjudged everything.
So Woody tries to save Buzz because Buzz pushes him up onto the moving van when the dog is chasing him.
Yep.
And falls back and gets left behind, and Woody throws out the RC car. I remember, and all of the toys think he's trying to murder RC, so they throw him out too. They all pick up Woody and throw him out.
The bodybuilder toy.
Yes.
The slinky gets stretched to ridiculous proportions.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
essentially.
I can't hold on any longer.
And then we remember that there's a rocket strapped to Buzz's back, so we get that sucker lit up and we pop up into the air.
Yeah. Super realistic how the RC car can go 35 miles an hour, it's like keeping up with the movie, man.
Yeah, so they fly. This is the most iconic part of the movie where he's holding Woody and they're flying over the moving van, and then they drop into the...
We're flying. No, we're falling with style.
We're falling with style.
Such a good line.
And then, we drop into the moving van. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Drop into the moving van, and as if, we had never left. And then we basically fade out until next Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
When Andy gets a Mrs. Potato Head, not to be forgotten,
And
a puppy.
Yeah, and but then they end up being friends with the puppy.
It's a puppy.
But did you see all their faces? They were like, "Oh,
oh shit.
Here we go.
it's gonna be like Scud."
This is one that I've been kind of conflicted on because I was having some thoughts in my head today. Is it? Well, because you're done with the plot, right?
Yes.
I have a hard time deciding whether Buzz or Woody's the hero.
Well, they're both.
I know they kind of both are, but who would you say did more?
I would say actually Woody. Well,
I had this thought in my head today, and I thought about it for a
Wow.
while.
well, what do you mean by did more? I think Woody is the main character.
He's the main character, but
Woody
is he
was
the most heroic?
main
No,
character,
not the
but
most
he
heroic.
was-
He was a
but
dick.
Was also an antagonist.
He was jealous.
at
He
the
was
same
jealous.
fucking
It comes down to that Maui conversation where how supportive is Buzz of Woody, because Woody is the main character,
Yes,
essentially.
But-
I would agree.
but I don't know if he does the most. So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But neither does Moana. Maui does way more than Moana.
Yeah. So,
So I would say Woody is the hero.
like Sam over Frodo.
Essentially. It's Woody is not as gifted.
Yeah.
But honestly, the most heroic thing Buzz Lightyear does in the movie is that rocket flying. Other than that, he just falls into a depressive state and then changes his name.
Hold on. He pointed his laser at people's eyes a couple times.
Yeah.
Are you guys pumped for that Lightyear movie?
Yes.
Kinda.
I love Zurg. I like Zurg as a villain.
That's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
But
You guys-
I would
are
say
you guys
Woody
actually
for sure.
Doing that as one of the parts of the tournament.
Oh no, it hasn't come out yet.
No,
Yeah,
there's something coming out.
They're about to come out with a Buzz Lightyear movie. It's just strictly Buzz Lightyear back.
It's about the character that
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear's toy is based off of,
Yeah.
voiced by Chris Evans.
Okay.
which is actually a really clever way to kind of phase out Tim Allen for all the racist stuff.
When I was a kid, they
Did he?
had...
I didn't even. I'm not following.
When I
that.
was a kid, they had a spin-off about Buzz Lightyear.
Right,
Yeah.
like the cartoon.
Well, not just the cartoon. There was an actual movie called Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
No,
one-
I
this
know
one
what you're
quite a
talking
bit
about.
different.
I had it on cassette.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like, way back in the day.
Yeah. Where are we? Are we on?
That's the end of the plot.
yeah.
So we're still kind of discussing Hero.
Heroes, yeah.
Oh, Hero.
Nemo for the first one. I feel like that's kind of a no-brainer.
Well, I would say Marlin.
Oh, Marlin.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Marlin.
Yeah, Marlin.
You know.
Yeah, Nemo, you're the reason we're in this position.
Yeah,
God,
Nemo, you piece of crap, touching the butt.
touching the well.
We
And
all,
I think
yeah,
for-
we all like to touch butts.
I think as far as Hero goes, I'd give it to Marlin. Just the hell that he went through to get his son back, like literally not stopping at anything.
I give it to him just for dealing with Dory and her forgetfulness, because
Yeah.
she's a bigger man than me. I would have ditched her so quick.
I agree. We were talking about how Buzz and Woody kind of have their flaws. Marlin's probably.
Well, I would say, Woody's a proactive character who does stuff,
Yeah.
but it's also mostly because, like, again, he mostly caused all of it.
Yeah.
Whereas Nemo was taken through no fault of his own. Well, I mean, he went and touched the boat,
Yeah.
but, like, he was kidnapped after that, and then
So we're thinking Marlin for the hero.
And then,
I would
and then
say
he becomes shark bait.
Yeah.
Everything changes.
everything
Yeah.
changes.
So villains.
We have Sid and Scud. Well, mainly Sid.
Sid, I would say Sid, and
Sid's
then
gotta be the only bad
maybe
guy.
the little braces girl is a pretty.
Yeah.
Darla.
That's all. That's all I
I
can
got
think of.
fishy.
Fishy.
Bruce was an antagonist for a decent part where he was trying to eat Marlin and
For
Dory.
most of his time, he was
Yeah.
helping.
Yes.
and then somebody bleeds. Like,
Dory gets a
it was
bloody
pretty
nose.
intense.
yeah,
This brings us back to like the Bambi conversation. The people who caught Nemo were basically the antagonists.
Yeah.
essentially.
Fishermen.
Essentially.
Fishermen.
Fishermen.
I just think there's more than it's the Pinocchio thing again. There's more
Yeah.
than one
There's more than
antagonist
Oh,
in
shit.
this movie.
You got Darla, you got the dentist,
Yep.
You got
there's-
jellyfish everywhere.
Jellyfish, bro. Those jellyfish ain't nice.
And then
I would say for the little bit that Bruce was an antagonist was pretty intense.
we can
Right.
we can definitely say, without arguing anymore, though, that Sid's better than anybody
Yeah,
else in that.
Oh,
I think
hands
Sid.
down.
Yeah, Sid.
mutilating and torturing toys.
Hands
Yeah,
down
that's
the
pretty bad.
antagonist of Toy Story.
Yeah. So I think that one wins villain.
I can agree with that. Sid's pretty awful, dude.
This is the support parts. There's huge support for both of
I
these
know.
ones, dude.
I know.
You almost can't name it all because you got to think of every toy in Toy Story basically is a support at some point.
But then all the fish in the tank and
Honestly,
Dory.
like,
They made,
I know all of the toys are support characters, but they literally like
made a movie.
give up on Woody. They're
They-
like,
Oh yeah.
then-
Oh yeah.
like at
true.
the first sign, they're just
That's
like,
true.
"No, we're done. You're
And then
good."
in Nemo, it's almost just like you just go through phases of support characters.
Yeah,
Turtles are helping us now. Like the sharks are helping us a little bit.
all of
you
the
know.
Well,
fish
the
that
seagull
make the
helped us.
pictures.
The tank full of the guys that help Nemo. Like there's
Yeah.
just
Well,
sections
and here's
of support.
here's where I gotta say they made a whole movie based on one of the support characters in Finding Nemo,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
Finding. So that's why I have to give support to Finding
Forgot
Nemo.
her just because she annoys me so
support
much.
definitely goes to Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, and I
The
just
toys
think
the toys gave up on Woody right
The
away.
toys
Yeah.
are just kind of like
They throw him out of the moving van. They're
What
like,
happened
"Nope,
to-
you're good."
What happened to Ride or Die friends? These are not Ride or Die.
Like, Isn't Bo Peep like your girl, dude? Shouldn't she be like sticking up for you? No,
No.
throw him out the moving
As
van,
soon as
dude.
She saw Buzz Lightyear. She's like, dang, them wings are thick.
The wings are thick.
Nah, he
That
likes
huge
Jesse,
teeth.
dude. He likes Jesse, dude.
He does.
And then yeah, like every single time I meet a new supporting character in Finding Nemo, I'm overjoyed. Like I love them all,
Yeah.
except for the seagulls, the mine seagulls, which aren't
Mine,
really
Mine,
supporting.
mine,
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 mine.
Oh my God.
Mine.
I just like the one that goes into the dentist's office for him and then comes back and tells Marlin what's going
the
on.
pelican.
Right.
The
Pelican.
The pelican.
Yep.
He's a good.
I really like obviously Crush and Squirt. Amazing.
Don't
sea
you
turtles.
don't you love when they got closer to Australia? They had Australian accents. Like the
Yep.
seagull
Yes.
had a heavy Australian accent.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Just
really
a
cool.
little attention to detail.
Yeah.
Such a
Mine-
good movie.
My favorite's got to be the little crustacean dude that cleans.
Oh, the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the little
Tank.
whiskers.
Oh yeah, I know the name
Like
of that
Jock
fish.
or something. Jocko.
Yeah.
Chaco.
Because they like intentionally let it get dirty.
Yeah.
And like he's losing his freaking mind. And we're like,
Jocko, don't clean it.
Hold on there, Scooter. Anna's already given her vote.
I know she is.
We won't need her.
This is a tough one.
This one's gonna be really hard.
This one's hard.
The
Wait.
soundtrack?
Well, just the decision, but
Oh,
yeah,
just the decision.
soundtrack.
So soundtrack is Toy Story.
Yeah,
It just
has
The
more.
one song. It's just one of those issues where I don't.
Randy Newman composed that whole soundtrack.
There's just really nothing in Finding Nemo, dude.
No.
Well, yeah, I don't compare it to Finding Nemo really because there just isn't anything to compare it to.
So, yeah.
All you have to compare it to is You've Got a Friend in Me versus
Nothing.
Nothing.
And it's, okay.
Which is why we kind of should just cancel it out. But
It's just kind of why I'm not going to let it
Yeah.
affect me because honestly, like You've Got a Friend in Me is a noticeable
The
song.
theme song for the whole series.
And you know it's a theme song,
yeah,
but it's still the only song that ever came out of Toy Story. So
True.
I mean, it's not like the soundtracks are going to break the world, either one.
yeah.
Sequel quality.
Sequel quality.
Ooh,
Finding Dory's dope, dude, but
dude, Toy Story
2, 3, 4
Yeah,
are
so
almost better than 1 for me.
yeah.
I agree.
One is really good, and it was almost the worst of them, but it's still really
Like
good.
if I had to rank them, I'd go 3, 4, 2, 1. I really would.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, you know, the part that always gets me about 3 is the garbage man.
Oh,
It's
3,
Sid.
It's Sid.
oh,
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, he's got the same skull shirt
He's
on.
wearing the same skull shirt.
So he's not in a mental hospital like I predicted?
No, he takes Lotso and straps him to the front of the garbage truck. He's like, here you go, man. You're with us forever.
What a diss to garbage men, who actually make a decent paycheck. By the way.
Would you consider that Buzz Lightyear movie a sequel?
Well,
More of a spin-off.
it's more of a spin-off.
We don't even have to throw it in. I mean, it already wins.
Kind of like the series.
Yeah.
Was a spin-off.
So we
Okay.
stand. She's gonna beat me, you guys. She's gonna be it.
She should beat me if anybody.
Anna has left the chat.
Anna has left it.
Stinking attacked her, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we're on to 10 seconds of silence.
Yeah.
All right. I always like to close my eyes. It helps me think.
This is really tough.
This one's gonna suck.
Yeah.
This is not as tough for me.
This
Really?
is about as tough as Tarzan.
Well, it's definitely tougher than the last one we
that's
just
the
went over.
toughest.
Well, yeah, I agree. Moana
Definitely
Brave was pretty.
Definitely, this is the toughest one of the day.
Definitely the toughest one of the day for sure.
You guys ready? Where do we want to start? Since this one's not going to be obviously unanimous, where do we want to start?
It's much tougher than last week's too.
Right. I'll start with Finding Nemo. That's my vote because
Shoot.
it's just there's no moment in Toy Story where I'm like choking up or sad in the first one. So here's the thing. We're judging the first movie,
Yep.
and the first movie is worse than all the others,
Yep.
which also docks points for me.
Shoot.
Um,
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
Are we just judging the first one though?
And when Marlin thinks Nemo's dead, dude, at the end, like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
choking up right now, like when he's just laying at the bottom of the ocean.
You're throwing your remote. You're like,
Dude.
nope, fuck this. I'm done with this movie.
And I'm
I
like-
can't do it.
Yeah.
And then like when he like goes to leave Dory, also, and she's like, please don't leave me. I'll forget again. Like I remember when I'm with you.
Oh, so sad.
And I'm like, like these characters are just like, they're better. Like this whole movie is just more emotional. It's more loving. It's caring. It's deeper. It's just better. Like,
Yeah.
as much as I love Toy Story, I gotta vote for Finding Nemo. It's just a better movie.
Who's next?
you.
You, I suppose.
Well, you just said something that might have just changed my vote, like, because I had a vote ready, and then you said we're mainly judging the first one.
Well, and we are.
We've always done that, though. Sequels, they go into the consideration, but they're not what we're judging.
Yeah, it just is like one considering factor. Because like I got
You
really,
know the rules, Mike.
I got really choked up in Toy Story 3. But okay, yeah.
Choked
I
up in
mean,
4.
you just made me change my vote, which I had my whole vote ready this whole day. And
Yeah.
then right when you said that, now I have to go to Finding Nemo.
I appreciate you, man.
And now Anna won't beat him tonight.
Well, no.
He voted
No,
no.
she wants Finding Nemo, but
Well,
like
no, so I won't get beat.
Yeah, you won't get beat now.
Well, no, but I had Toy Story. Actually, for the whole week, I was like, I'm gonna vote Toy Story because the Toy Story series is one of my favorite. And then,
Right.
and now you just made me change it because if
I didn't make you change anything. but
because
it's
I think Finding Nemo is better than Toy Story 1
Yes.
specifically.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so I didn't realize it till I said the order of the way I like Toy Story movies, but I'm also gonna have to go Finding Nemo. I had Toy Story all week as well, but then I was like, oh,
It's so hard. Yeah.
3, 4, 2, 1, and then it hit me. I was like, yeah, one sucked compared to Finding Nemo. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, I really had it all week till
Yeah.
I was like, as soon as I said that out loud, I was like, damn, I really just.
If we were going Toy Story 2 through 4, I would have picked Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm in the same boat, I'm going Finding Nemo. Just based on the sequel.
Dang, a couple of unanimous.
Unanimouses.
That was a tough one, though.
Unanimous eye.
And now Tanner can't tell me to go F myself. He
Go
will
fuck
beat me
yourself.
up.
So Finding Nemo, we'll move on as well.
Crushes Toy Story in an unexpected turn of events.
Yeah.
Didn't get a single vote.
Moana.
Nobody saw that coming.
Well, yeah, like I said, I was going to vote for it all week.
Yeah.
Toy Story was...
If me and you would have stayed with what we picked all week, we would have been split here, and Anna would have made it Finding Nemo.
True. It would have been Finding Nemo anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it is. That was a tough one. That was really tough. But like once I started like thinking about like just the moments in Finding Nemo and how they hit me.
Yeah.
It was just a
It
no-brainer
was
for me.
it was too hard
Card up?
not
What?
Because I'm
to
Fight Card
vote
up too.
Oh, God.
Finding Nemo.
Right.
Like, I watched Toy Story repeatedly as a kid.
Yeah, same.
Even just to make the decision.
It's one of those crazy things to me too, is because like I grew up watching Toy Story, and now my son's growing up watching all 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
like we could just put on Toy Story all day.
You know, the day they dropped Toy Story 4 on DVD, I had to go buy it just so I could watch it.
So this is just for our picks. I don't know what part we're on now.
Yeah,
that was
no,
it.
we're good to make
We're
the
good,
picks
yeah.
quick
Oh,
here,
okay.
and then we can.
You already got it copied and pasted on there, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Oh,
already,
you do?
It's
Oh,
already in the
well
bottom.
then I'm just going over here. By the way, before we get into this, I just want to say, this will take like really quick.
Yeah.
Clarissa Shields is making the transition from boxing to MMA. One of the few athletes, I mean not few, I should say there's like a handful to do so.
I can name 10 right now.
Yeah, usually, but usually it's unsuccessful because you look at, you know who I'm talking about, Tony, the guy who,
James Lights Out Tony.
yeah, James Lights Out Tony, who got destroyed.
Well, this is he came over for a super fight, didn't train for MMA. If these people are slowly transitioning in MMA, it's a little different. Because then you look at people like, I can't think of the PFL judo chick,
oh,
but then you got Ronda Rousey. You've got technically Junior Dos Santos was a boxer before he came over because he was 34 and was a boxer before he got into the UFC.
so I think boxers do well in MMA, but like Clarissa Shields, I think is going to destroy the PFL because, like we were just saying, the PFL women's division is not deep.
No, it's not.
You have women who are 6-12, probably
Isn't
holding
stacked at all.
girls who are holding the belt are like 10-10, and they're holding the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think Clarissa Shields will come out. She'll probably have like a 4-0 record, and then Dana White will give her a call.
Depends. Because
We'll see.
if they're in the middle of a season of the PFL, she's got to fight all the way to the end of the tournament before her
Really?
contract can be up. Yep. And if she wins the whole tournament, then she has to stay and defend her belt too. She'll be under contract.
I just don't.
Yep.
I don't like this as a test. I don't like this as a good test for boxers. Like, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are gonna be like, "Oh, look, boxers are destroying MMA." I'm like, like I don't like it as a good. Yeah. Anyway, she's an Olympic level athlete, championship level. I think she'll do well.
eight weight class world champion.
We will probably see her in the UFC at some point. Just throwing that out there.
It'll be a couple of years, but yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Safe bet.
Yeah.
Is this just the main one?
Just the yeah.
That's the main card. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, we didn't know anything about these two down here, but they're both undefeated, by the way.
Okay.
7-0 against 10-0.
I can't even tell which one's names. Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go Todorovic.
He does have the better record technically. I might as well go him based on record because I don't know anything about about either of them.
Just looking at build too, he looks like he's gonna be a lot taller guy as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the other one.
Okay. We'll go TM and then.
Punahele. I'm gonna say that's how you pronounce
Serrano.
I think you know who I have to go for here.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously.
Probably gotta give it to Buckley.
I
on
gotta
this
go Buckley
one.
as well.
He's been on a tear. His knockouts are insane. Oh, and you know who I have to go for
I'm gonna
here.
go with him too, just because I don't even like saying this dude's name, Li Jianglang. I don't like Li Jianglang.
Just so everyone knows, Ponzinibbio was ranked like 4th in welterweight before he took like a 2-year break.
He's a monster.
He is a monster. Carlos. So these two are veterans. Carlos
Give me
Condit.
Daddy Condit any day. I had him beating GSP, and he dropped GSP. I give me Daddy Condit all the time.
I have to take Condit only because Matt Brown is on such a decline.
Almost beat
Same,
GSP,
same.
dropped him and almost finished him, and he was beating Tyron Woodley till Tyron Woodley tore his ACL with a leg kick.
I love Matt Brown because he's a veteran of the UFC. But
I love his elbows.
Elbows.
Did you see
Yes, sir.
He grabbed Diego Sanchez's leg, pulled him towards him, and hit him with an elbow and crumpled him, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar.
this one's tough.
I talked to Kyle about this a little bit today. So I watched Calvin Kattar's like last 3 fights today.
He's insane.
He's great, but in every single one of those fights, he gets like just decimated with leg kicks to the point where he's limping, and then he finishes the person. And I'm like, you're not gonna finish Max Holloway that way. Max Holloway is gonna pick you apart, and he's gonna kick your leg 4 or 5 rounds. And if you're limping after 2 rounds of leg kicks with other people, I just don't see him going 5 with Holloway.
Well, okay, so here's how I look at because I think he beat Zabit. So let's look at this. So he beat Dan Ige, great one.
Yep.
Beat Jeremy Stevens, TKO. To me, he won this fight. I don't know what the judges were looking at. And then he's on like a tear.
Yeah. I agree.
So I think his last real loss was right here against that guy. This guy.
Oh, who was one of the people that I watched this fight too, and he also destroyed him with leg kicks. Like
And then he okay. This is a tough one for me.
I got Holloway all day, dude. Plus, Holloway's super pissed right now after losing to freaking Poirier again.
I think I have to take Calvin on this one because I'm a huge Calvin.
You can take Calvin. We ain't mad at you.
All
I'm
right.
going to go with Holloway as well.
All right.
Yeah, I got Holloway.
my boy.
I got Holloway kicking his legs repeatedly in the first 2-3 rounds, and then in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, just tuning him up because he's not gonna be able to move out of the way.
Yeah,
That's
fair enough.
my specific pick of the night.
Specific.
Yeah, it's 5 rounds, and Holloway gets the decision.
I will say I like this for being a free card. It's a good free card.
It is a good free card. All right, does that mean it's gonna be on ESPN Plus?
Yes.
So we're using yours.
Yeah, we get it for free.
Perf.
So Dana White, did you hear Dana White's like, I got a surprise for those trying to illegally stream Conor McGregor's fight. I'm like,
Surprise for you, Dana White.
I got a surprise. It's called this dick.
How did you know?
How'd you know?
Are you psychic?
Are you psych? Where?
I'll just
Oh,
never,
That's
I'll
it.
never forget
Yeah, we're on to the
Yeah,
20
we're
questions
on
now,
to
boys.
I'll just never forget the cat during the last fight.
oh my gosh.
Also, so it also shows up in all of our NFL streams now. That head bottom cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to mention this today. Dana White went on like this rant today about Conor McGregor. He's like, you guys aren't getting old Conor McGregor. You're not getting Conor that fought Khabib. You're not getting the one that fought Nate Diaz in the first one. You're getting like 2015 murderer, took everybody out Conor.
Why is everyone saying that Conor's... Did you hear people are saying he's like one of the best people on the ground in his division now?
Yeah. It does not surprise me.
He's like...
Look at the way Khabib dominated everybody on the ground, and look at the way Conor held up against him on the ground for 4 rounds.
Yeah, I think so. Who was it? It was one of his training... Or not one of his training
Like
partners.
Dustin Poirier is known for his jiu-jitsu, and Dustin Poirier got like
Yeah.
nastily submitted by him.
People are saying that besides Khabib, he's the best in that division on the ground. And I'm like, but Conor's not a ground guy. He's not.
Dude, I mean, if you got a chink in your armor, you work on it. What do you think he's been like? He took a boxing fight, but he was still doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He like all these stand-up fighters that he fight Cerrone as a stand-up fighter, but I bet you his whole camp was jiu-jitsu.
And we'll get into those picks later when the time comes, but I don't see anything changing. I think he beats Justin.
We can all agree on that.
McGregor's gonna win.
Have you seen the painting in the living room or the shower curtain? put a TKM for next week already. All right.
That's such a stacked
All right.
division.
All right, boys.
You're the guest, so you get to pick the number.
Let's do 1 through 10.
I'm gonna go 4.
Zubat. No, I'm just kidding. That's not right. Kyle just accepts it and he puts the deck away. We lose.
When he said Deku, I heard Deku in my head, and I was like, "Fuck you."
Deku sucks.
All right, boys. Let me get a clear spot here on my doc so I can keep track of your questions. Maybe. Maybe not.
And don't do what I did last week. Don't put the answer in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know who would do that.
I don't know anybody that crazy.
Yeah.
All right,
there's nobody
guys.
who would do that.
All right.
You know, somebody was like, "Oh, is it this?"
Is it fire or water?
No.
I always go, is it normal or fighting?
No.
Is it Earth?
You gotta ask 2. Ask 2.
Well, you don't have to, but it saves us questions.
Yeah, it saves us questions if you ask 2 at a time.
Okay, is it Earth or electric?
Yeah.
Okay.
By Earth, you mean ground. Right. Is it ground?
Yes.
Is it first gen?
No.
Is it second gen?
No.
I throw my fucking phone, dude. Not again.
Is it third gen?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
I about threw my laptop.
He's like, I don't want no part of it.
So done.
I'm a little rusty when it comes to my 3rd gen.
Third gen's gonna be everything in Emerald and Ruby.
Okay. And it's great. So we're already thinking. I think Graveler is ground and rock, isn't he?
First gen.
Wait, are you sure?
You do this every week. Every week, like
Why,
5 times.
why do I feel like when I was playing through Emerald? Anyway,
You can get all the Pokemon from the first gen in the third.
Oh,
fourth
you're-
gen. Yeah, but
is Diglett third gen?
nope. First.
Dang it.
Right. I was thinking Dugtrio
Yeah.
instantly.
I'm surrounded by noobs.
We are big noob.
All right, so it's an Earth type.
Is it a dual type?
No.
Is it an evolution?
No.
So it's a first, is what you're saying?
Is that a question?
No, I'm confirming his question. He said, "Is it an evolution?" So you're saying
I said no. It's not.
So then it has
So
to-
it is.
It's
Yeah.
a first.
Yeah.
Okay. Just clarifying.
Unless it's never mind. It's not dual type. Emerald was the most recent that I played through as well. All the ground types.
Beard's coming back, boys. That's okay. We'll be back to normal soon.
I can't think of any ground Pokemon from that gen.
Yeah, I haven't played Emerald in
You can think of any.
probably 15 years.
Well, apparently everything I could think of is not Gen 3. That's a problem. How many? You're not good with Gen 3? So we don't have Diglett. We don't have Graveler. We don't have.
This is the. I think this is the gen with Torchic and
Blaziken.
Yeah,
Blaziken and whatever you call the others. I always pick Blaziken, so the others don't matter.
Sure don't.
I've always been a fire starter guy.
Yeah.
See, for me, for the first 2 gens, I was water, but I don't
Until
really
Greninja, dude. Oh, that's my
Right,
favorite starter.
I
Is
I
water.
always picked Squirtle. Oh.
You guys okay with doing 5 questions for a hint?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I can't think of any ground Pokemon from that gen, so we're
Yeah.
screwed unless we get something.
Yeah.
Ground Pokemon.
It can crunch through boulders because its head is so big. It has a hard time getting back upright.
He definitely had to change that one.
A little bit, yeah. Well, it says its name in it, so
Okay.
I had to
Okay.
switch it around a little
His
bit.
head is so big, huh?
Ground. Oh my gosh. I know when we figure this out, it's gonna drive me crazy.
Might be one I didn't even see during that game. I never watched the show. I just played through Ruby.
I played through Emerald.
I played Emerald when I was a kid.
I take back what I said about you.
Yeah, the guest is always supposed to help us out.
Hey,
Just kidding.
I'll go
You,
sit.
you see, like my excitement. Is it Gen 1? No. Is it Gen 2? No.
He's just puts his head down in shame. He's like, fuck. So I was in the same boat. The minute he said Gen 3, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Zach Lind here. Zach Lind's not here.
He'll watch later and be like, fools.
Fools.
Ah, you fools.
Fool of a toque.
You fool of a tooth. Next time, throw yourself in. Rid us all of your stupidity.
Why do I feel like the ground types I've already named are the main ones I even know?
Big head, though. That's the thing that's getting me right now.
Right? The only ones I can think of are the ones from.
Hold up. Is it blue?
No, that's 15.
What gen is Geodude?
Four questions and a guess.
Is every ground type first gen?
Geodude is a first gen. It evolves into Graveler.
Oh,
it
that's
evolves
right.
into
Oh,
Gold.
duh. Oh, I knew that. Yeah, sorry.
All I can think of is Nose Pass right now, but I can't even remember if that's second or third. No, it's definitely third. Maybe fourth.
Maybe fourth. most common ground types that are. Oh, that's. Never mind.
I think it's safe to say that
I was gonna.
Blake was no help other than.
I was like, I was gonna say.
Zero help.
Gonna say, what about Sandshrew? But no.
First gen.
I just love to every time we say something here. So, nope, first gen.
First gen. Everything's first gen.
That's kind of their thing.
I say something and he says first gen. And
This is the story of 20 questions. Is it a water type? Yep. Is it third gen? Yep. Is it a Magikarp, do you think? It's first fucking gen.
That's true.
Yeah, I got nothing, guys.
I got
I shit out of luck in my world.
All right, I'll give you. I'm gonna count it as an L, but I'll give you a more in-depth Pokedex entry.
I'm not going to help. Screw you, Zach. Did you even hear all that? Zach, by the way, it's a ground type from third gen, not a dual type. And I think that's as far as we got. It's not blue.
It's not blue.
I guess none of these are really helpful, but its nest is sloped, bowl-like pit dug in sand. The Pokemon patiently waits for its prey to tumble down the pit. Its giant jaws have enough strength to crush even boulders.
Giant jaws. It's Onyx.
It has
Obviously a rock biter from Fantasia.
It has 2 other evolutions.
Okay.
The final of which is not ground.
Oh, you mother... Now I know what it is. It's Trapinch.
Yep. But you got the L, so.
I did get the L. Yep.
Oh.
Well, because when I think Trapinch, I automatically think of Flygon.
Flygon, and Flygon's a dragon.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's a tricky one because...
That's a tricky one.
That is a tricky one.
I did have that in my head, but I was like, no, there's no way.
Right.
Shoot. Why does it evolve? Why is its third evolution
A dragon? I don't know. And it's like a
I'm
sweet
just
dragon.
waiting for the fuck you, Blake.
Fuck
I
you,
know
Blake.
it's coming.
It's a sweet dragon, too.
You were supposed to help me.
All right, everybody. That has been the show. Remember...
There's only one ground type in Gen 3, Zach's saying. And that's the only one, apparently. I didn't know that.
Well, how about that? Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. That has been Velocity Entertainment. As you have probably seen, Moana has moved on to the next round, and so has Finding Nemo, eliminating Finding or Toy Story and Brave.
It's so sad to see Toy Story go.
Tune in next week when
Super controversial.
Yeah.
Wall-E goes up against Cars.
Oh.
Well, fuck.
Man, those came out at like the same time. Too.
Yeah, I was about to say those are very comparable.
Yeah.
I already know what I'm picking. there's no way around it.
I have had requests to post pictures of the bracket. I'm going to wait until the second round.
Okay.
Just because everything will be
More of a surprise.
out. Yeah. Like, I kind of like the surprise element. But, yes.
So how much? Wait, when's the first round over? Did you say?
First round has 2 more episodes.
No,
2 more episodes.
We're getting there.
Yep, 2 more episodes, and we'll be into the second round. So,
Wow, I've been watching for a minute then.
yeah. Yep, this will be episode 39, I think.
Zach, you don't get a vote because you didn't help us in Pokemon. Help me in Pokemon.
Zach.
So remember, guys, we have episode 2 of the Fellowship of the Ring up for Velocity Movies in Review. Go check that one out and write in with whatever movie suggestions you might want to see us review. That'd be fun. You can interact with us for this podcast, too. Just message me, whatever. Subscribe, and maybe I'll let you pick a Pokemon for these guys occasionally.
I've got a movie suggestion for you guys.
Not the one with Pamela Anderson, right?
No.
Going around the boat.
No, not the one with Tommy Lee.
Perfect. Anyways.
But as usual, catch us on Facebook at Velocity Entertainment. Same with YouTube, Velocity Entertainment 360, and podcast services everywhere. Once again, we like everybody that listens, whether it's 2 people or 5,000.
Except for Anna.
Yeah. Doesn't like Moana. Ugh.
I can't believe she doesn't like Moana. Tune in This weekend for, or not this weekend, next week, Monday for the next episode. Should be pretty fun, guys. Thanks for watching. And have a good week, everybody.
Kisses. Stay classy, Westeros.